From Studio A, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, Tom Dooley's daughter, Tammy Dooley, Granbury CVB. That would be the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run, and other things to do in Granbury. Plus, we'll have the events calendar and the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy along with David Ainsley, his son Ryan Ainsley. We need more Jeff Zekin, always. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Let's just get right to it, shall we? Because I've been dying to say the name Tammy Dooley. Is it okay if I'm sure that you've heard about the song Tom Dooley, correct?
Correct, and that was the funniest intro I've ever heard. So.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah, that's it. Oh, Tammy Dooley. Yeah.
I actually married into the name, and everybody thinks my husband's name is Tom, but it's really Mike.
Well, you know, it's a long story. That's a Kingston Trio song from way back when that nobody probably even knows about today. You do, obviously, because your name is Tammy Dooley, but whatever the case may be, for those folks that don't know, look it up. Just Google Tom Dooley and you'll get it. So, Tammy Dooley, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for joining us today. I know you didn't have anything else to do on a Saturday morning.
Oh, this is a pleasure. I'm really excited to meet you all and talk to you.
Well, and you're going to actually meet us. I assume that you're going to come out to the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run up there in Granbury.
Absolutely. It's one of our showcase events of the year. I would not miss it. It is a favorite in our community, and you'll be seeing me the entire weekend.
Oh, boy. Well, I have to tell you that we're really excited about coming up there and doing our broadcast because we've not been to Granbury, one. And number two is it'll be different for us because these are really special cars, and it's a special group of people that do have the part of the Lone Star Street Rod Association.
It really is, and we have a long history with them. And as I told Rick Neely, I am not a car expert in any way, but I am a tourism director, and so these events are very important to us, and we take good care of them, and we want them to forever make Granbury their home.
So tell me, what besides the big Street Rod Association convention, if you want to call it that, it's the state run that's going on up there here in a few weeks. What is there to do in Granbury? You know, it's a part of Texas that I don't think that everybody is familiar with. I mean, you're kind of south of Fort Worth, right?
Southwest, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Actually, for years it was a hidden gem, and that has changed. We are actually the 9th fastest growing county in the United States, and Granbury is a charming hallmark type community right on a beautiful lake that runs right through the center of town. We were just voted best historic small town in America the last 3 years. And so we have a great history, a lot of art. It's just when you come visit, I will bet that you think, I need to move here, because that's what happens to everybody.
Well, how far are you from Fort Worth?
Oh, it's a quick 30 minutes at most.
Oh, I get it. So you got people that work in Fort Worth that live in Granbury.
Many. Our population is just over 10,000, but in our neighborhood communities, we have about 65,000. And it's a lot of retirees who come there to, enjoy the golf courses and the lake. And I can't remember the exact number, but I think it's like 6,000 homes on our lake. It's a 29-mile lake.
Wow.
I had no clue. Wow. So have you been a Granbury resident all your life?
I've had a home in Granbury and Glen Rose, those two areas, since 93, but my work has taken me all over Texas. But now I'm a permanent Granbury resident, and so I love it. It literally, and of course, the visitor center is right downtown on the historic square. And so it's kind of a gift to get to go to work and see how beautiful it is right on the lake.
How long? Tell me a little bit about Granbury and its history. Was it a cow town? Was it a farming town? what's its history?
Yes, all of the above. A lot of Indians, a lot of Western. We've heard everything. We have a lot of legends and folklore, but one time they say it was a brothel type Wild West, but then the other side says no, it was very Christian and loving, and that stuff didn't happen. And we have a fascinating history, a lot of folklore too with I challenge everyone to Google the history with Jesse James and John Wilkes Booth that rumored to have spent the last years of their life in Granbury. So we just have this dynamic history, and you just can't absorb it all. We have a library in our historic train depot that has all of this history. We have a lot of storytelling museums. It's fascinating. It really, really is.
Well, I have to tell you that I went on a thing called the Hot Rod Tour of Texas here last month. I had such a good time, and it was really kind of a surprise. I guess I knew it all along and that's why I went on the thing. It was a tour of hot rod guys that started down in Lake Jackson, Victoria, sorry. Like Jackson, Victoria, down in Victoria, and went north up through the hill country, and we wound up just not too far from you. And I had to come home on Sunday, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend up there. It was a 3-day tour, and I went through a lot of the small towns of Texas, and especially through the hill country. And I got a feeling that Granbury's this way. I've not been there yet, but a lot of county seats with the county square and the courthouse sitting on the county square, that kind of stuff. And, it's very unique to Texas. And I don't believe I've ever been to any other state that I see this kind of culture. It's so refreshing. And I'd forgotten about it because I really hadn't done a tour in the car. And I guess I bring this up because what it reminds me of is back in the day, with my parents, and we'd go through these small towns going from point A to point B, mainly from Wisconsin to Alabama. And it brought back those kind of memories. And with the price of gasoline and people looking for something to do, matter of fact, I read something yesterday about people looking in the state of Texas to take a Texas vacation.
Yeah.
And I know when I was raising my 2 girls, we would take Texas vacations, mainly to the hill country. We'd go to San Antonio and that sort of thing. And this is what I'm kind of getting the vibe about Granbury, not having been there, but listening to you.
You are correct. I'm going to put you on my team because you are exactly correct. It's a beautiful, charming town. Our historic downtown is really magical. It was the first downtown square for the entire square being put on the National Register of Historic Places. And a lot of the buildings are original to the original square. So we protect that. Our courthouse is beautiful. It's probably the most photographed icon in Granbury.
Wow.
It's used in a lot of our marketing and such. And what's great about it is that historic downtown now has a lot of thriving restaurants, entertainment districts, music venues. There's at any given night, especially on the weekend, we have 3 or 4 venues playing music on the square, and frequently there'll be a street dance. So this weekend, for example, is our Memorial Day, festival and activities and a lot of remembrance ceremonies. And so we're a very event-driven community, and that'll be happening when you're there. To be very busy.
It sounds to me like it's Mayberry.
Well, yeah, there you go.
It does.
A Texas version of
Yeah,
Mayberry.
There you go. You're a Mayberry
It's
fan.
probably a little bit bigger than Mayberry.
Well, yeah, but I
however.
mean, just the quaintness and the Hamlet type, views.
The text. I don't know how would you explain that kind of a town square to anybody outside of Texas?
Well, I think Texans, and I'm a Texan, we take a lot of pride in our cities and our communities, our culture. We love it. And we're going to do everything we can to preserve it, all the while being able to adapt to changes and what our travelers want. Tourism is our #1 industry. We have a small convention center that's amazing right on the lake. We have about 850 specialty hotel rooms and vacation rentals on the lake and around our downtown. So, we're able to adapt with the times, and we're, a diverse community, but we hold on to our heritage. We're named, Granbury, who was a general. So we're very welcoming, and I'm proud that we're able to do all of that.
Looking forward to it because I'm driving up on Friday, as the rest of the team is, so we can get set up out there for our Saturday broadcast. And we start early. We start putting up the tent, if you will, at 6 o'clock in the mornings for our 8 o'clock start time. And but you've got a full weekend of events for the Lone Star Street Rod Association, don't you?
We do, and we take good care of them. We have a long connection with them, and they are in our Hewlett Park, which is directly across the street from the Hilton Hotel where most people are staying, and then the convention center. They are registering at the convention center, and that is right next to a beautiful city beach. So Granbury, obviously not on a coastline, but we created a public city beach for people to enjoy, and people swim, and so all of that is in the same area. And there is a crosswalk going across the street to Hewlett Park that does have a light, so it's safe. We also supply tram service for people to go back and forth across the street. Right. And because it is hot that weekend typically, but it's shaded. They're in a beautiful park. You'll love it. There's a lot of shade. There's a big pavilion. The cars look beautiful. They're photographed really well. It's just a perfect location for this event.
Well, I think I'm going to bring the Corvette. Now, I know that it doesn't fit within the realm of the Lone Star Street Rod Association, but I'm thinking, hey, road trip,
I'm looking forward to walking the red carpet.
The red carpet.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be one for us, no doubt about it. So what are some of the events that are going on when we're going to be there for the big street run, if you will?
Oh, everybody kind of kicks it into high gear for them. Most of the hotels are full right now. So if anybody does need hotel rooms, make sure you contact us at Visit Granbury. But all of the downtown square has events. There's music going. New Granbury Live has performances. The Opera House. Oh, our historic Opera House is amazing. So I know it's difficult to fit in all of the activities when you're there with an event like that, but you would not be able to do all the things that are possible. We have a Barler downtown, which is an ice cream shop that is also a bar, so you can have ice cream served with,
You could have some whiskey floats.
Yes, yes, you can.
Tequila Neapolitan.
That's right. Is there a place that we can find out all the events that are going on this weekend?
Yes, thank you for asking. VisitGranbury.com is our website, and there are sources to everything: hotel accommodations, restaurants, entertainment. We do a full schedule. You can also sign up, put your email in, and receive a weekly email update of all the events. There's so many that we have PDFs you can print out to know everything going on per day of the day you're coming. So it's like I said, it's a real event-driven community. We have a lot of big events. That particular weekend, the Lone Star Street Rod Association is the big event, and our community really embraces it. You'll see the cars all over town, and they love it. The whole community is so excited when they arrive.
Well, I'm so excited to go up there and be a part of it. We're very thrilled that they asked us to come up there and do this broadcast, and we're truly looking forward to it. And we look forward to meeting you. I have to, before we say goodbye to you, do you have any children named Tom?
Thank you for asking. Mine is named Landon Dooley, and my husband is Mike, and so, but we hear that a lot. But as we get older, it's less and less because a lot of the younger people.
Yeah, you don't have to go there. Don't even go there. I know, because us old people are dying off, and nobody knows about Tom Dooley.
Except us.
Well, that is great, and I encourage all your listeners, to come enjoy this great show. And if they have a car show they want to talk to us about putting it in Granbury, we'd always like to visit with them.
Tammy, it's great to talk to you. Thanks again for joining us on this Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Y'all travel safe.
We will. Tammy Dooley.
There you go.
Granbury Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Very well informed.
The Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. They've been doing it for years.
And a 29-mile
lake. Who was to know?
And I just looked it up. Lots of houses with boat houses and all that on the
Ding, ding,
water.
ding, 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 ding. All of that.
Retirement.
Pontoon.
I'm getting old.
Pontoon boat. That's the way
Oh,
to
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Party
God.
boat.
Remember, we used to make fun of those
I
people
know.
on the
I
pontoon.
want one now.
I know.
Yeah,
But I'll tell you, I went on a pontoon boat up at Lake Conroe. This is years ago, thinking, dang, this is nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It ain't fast, but you
No,
can get
you
from
don't need
one
to be fast.
Yeah, it's a party on a
Yes.
boat.
Oh, yeah.
You put your little grill out there.
Coolers.
Yeah, coolers.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little shade going on.
All that stuff. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Geritol with umbrellas in it.
Geritol.
No, the Geritol with the whiskey ice cream floats.
There you go. Neapolitan.
Uh-huh. And we use that as a topper. We just kind of pour it over the top of the ice cream.
What's the Italian ice cream?
Gelato?
Gelato.
Mhm.
Bourbon gelato.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bourbon light gelato. Stop me.
We got anything else? I got plenty of stories that
Well, we got features and headlines, and we've got.
Didn't we do everything?
We didn't do the clinic.
Would you want to do the car clinic?
We can.
Well, let's do it.
In honor of
Conrad.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
absolutely.
his honor, I don't know about that, but I
honor,
mean,
his
he'll
offer,
be back
whatever.
next week,
Yeah,
I
he
hope.
will.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
at any rate,
So Conrad left me this, and this is his clinic. As summer approaches, and I think we're in it right now, Ryan. So does hot weather. A lot of things you can do to keep your car cooling in the hot weather, in the hot summertime. For example, park under a tree, look for the shadiest spot in the parking lot, or even use a windshield shade. Now I do that as well. I've parked under your tree, and I've got a shade out there right
Yep.
now to keep.
mine's underneath the car cover, but I
Yes.
also have the windshield shade inside as well.
And you're under a tree.
And I'm under a
So
tree.
You've got like triple
Well,
protection.
that tree.
Yeah. Leave your sunroof or window cracked open just a little, so let the hot air vent out, and this allows the water to enter. And be careful that the weather, if it's down a little bit, it won't let water in. Is what I'm saying. So just to ventilate it with the hot air. Check the front evaporator radiator for leaves or debris. Also clean the debris off the inlet, generally near the passenger side of the windshield, on the passenger side on the right side, by the wiper. Change your cabin air filter. The dirty ones do restrict air. When you start your car, do not leave the AC on the recycle, because 95% of the air inside is hot and is trying to cool an extra heated element of the air. That ambient
That's right.
temperature is
That's
very,
right.
very hot.
Yeah. And I always thought, oh, well, recycle it. It'll cool faster.
Mhm.
No.
No.
Roll down all the
There you
windows,
go.
hit the exterior air,
Mhm.
hit max
Mhm.
AC, and away she goes.
Yeah, and you crack a window for, like you said, just drop the windows down. Some people are mechanically inclined and will pass the heater core by disconnecting the hoses and putting them together. So
Oh,
you take
hell no.
Well, you can
Ain't
do
gonna
that.
do
That's
that.
part of what he says.
But
I
that's
know.
what we used to do back in the day.
Yep, I'm thinking.
Yep.
When you are idling for a long time, let it rev up a little bit. About 1,200 is what he recommends to improve the AC operation, keep it cool. So you've got that air coming across the condenser. AC is designed to remove heat from the air. The hotter, humid air, the day, it just makes it more function. You can just function it better. So to remove that, leave it off. It doesn't make sense. The big part of keeping your car cool is using your air
Yeah, that makes
conditioner
no sense,
when,
but that's
you,
okay.
when you are operating your vehicle. If your air conditioner isn't blowing cool for a couple of minutes after you start it, there's a bigger issue. Get it checked out by professional AC people. That's the main thing to
And
do.
not me. And I'm not an AC person.
No. And that's it.
Take
for-
it to somebody that knows. And I don't.
Yeah.
It's
unless
always been a mystery to me. And you know, my dad was an AC guy.
Mhm. But he was more industrial, commercial, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, engine driven refrigeration. So gas powered, great big, huge engines driving a compressor. That was him. He designed that sort of thing. Shopping centers, hospitals,
Nice.
schools, that sort of thing.
Very
Anyway,
cool.
But I know nothing about it. Well, we do have some stories to tell you about. When Jeff Wells placed a reservation for a Rivian R1T pickup truck in early 19, he was one of the first in line for a truck from the Amazon-backed EV startup that at the time promised to tap into a niche not served by other automakers. But Wells, an accountant from Southern California, has become increasingly frustrated as he sees others who placed their orders years before him receive their trucks while he keeps waiting.
Oh, boy.
Wells is one of dozens of reservation holders who in recent weeks have complained about unreliable delivery times and delays in online groups and forums. Rivian, in a statement to Reuters, said delivery dates are not just based on the timing of a pre-order and that was exploring ways for customers to expedite their deliveries. Rivian's delivery headaches have not drawn the same attention as the California company's slashed production plans or its messy communication of vehicle price increases, which it first announced across the board but later scrapped for existing reservation holders following backlash. Trouble in
Yep.
River City there.
Yep.
Ford Motor Company had hoped by now to move thousands of Bronco SUVs from holding lots to customer driveways, but some buyers say they're still waiting, and they likely will be waiting for a few more months. Those 90 days have been long gone when Ford said that they would be delivering vehicles, and while a Ford spokesman said a vast majority of the February vehicles have shipped, Dirt Mountain, which they're calling it outside of Dearborn, remains full of Broncos, according to recent videos posted on owner forums online. It's the latest sign of the lingering effects of the chip shortage, which has upended production across the industry and especially at Ford. Average age of U.S. light vehicles in operation has risen for the fifth straight year. S&P Global Mobility said in a report released Monday, average age of a car, 12.2 years in 2022,
Yeah,
a nearly 2%
13.
increase from the average life in 2021, which is just over 12.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Campo, automotive aftermarket practice lead for S&P Global, told Automotive News that supply shortages are causing owners to keep their vehicles longer or purchase used ones. Research shows that the average age of vehicles has been increasing since 2011. U.S. vehicle fleet, which includes all light cars and trucks, increased by 3.5 million vehicles to a total of 283 million in 2022, according to S&P Global.
Interesting.
Electric vehicles have seen a decrease in their average life from last year. S&P Global said the total number of battery electric vehicles in operation has increased nearly 40% to 1.44 million in 2022, with the average age decreasing to 3.8 years from 3.9 years. S&P Global predicted in the study that the issues surrounding supply and microchip shortages will continue to increase the average age of light vehicles through at least 2023.
Wow.
They keep bumping it on.
Yeah. Kicking it down the road.
Yeah, so it's ugly. When is the microchip shortage going to ease? This has been going on now for, what, 2 years?
Yeah, now there's more conflict over in the,
Yeah.
Asian coastline.
Yep.
If
China.
that's what you call it, China. And
China.
Taiwan. And Taiwan.
And China.
Taiwan.
China.
Okay, Donald.
And,
It's the wrong Donald.
Ford Motor Company has agreed to pay $19.2 million to resolve allegations it falsely advertised real-world fuel economy and payload capacity for some hybrids and pickup trucks,
No.
according to the Iowa Attorney General's office. Multi-state settlement covers 2013 to 2014 C-Max hybrids and 2011 to 2014 Super Duty pickups. In 2013, Ford lowered the advertised fuel economy ratings on its C-Max hybrid by up to 7 miles per gallon and sent checks to owners of $550 to make up the difference in fuel costs.
Oh, boy.
Whoops. So sorry.
It's like one tank full now.
Pretty well, yeah, there's that. The states allege that Ford used a deceptive methodology for reclaiming the best-in-class payload capacity after other trucks had surpassed Ford. Hello,
There's a
where's
theme
that
going on
accounting
here.
department
Yep.
there? Does the calculator not working? You know, the tick, 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 rrr, tick, 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 tick. Rrr. Remember those?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't remember
You
those.
are old.
What?
You're old.
Okay, next week's show, we won't have.
Yeah, we won't have David Ainsley. He's out
You'll
of here.
have another old guy.
Yeah.
Hyundai
more
said
old
it's going to recall 281,000 vehicles in North America over seatbelt pretensioners that could
I
explode
saw that, yeah.
and project metal fragments causing injuries. Duh. The recall, which comes after 3 injury reports, covers some 2019 to 2022 Accent models, 2021 to 23 Elantras, 21 to 22 Elantra hybrids. In the event of a crash, front driver and passenger side seatbelt pretensioners could explode upon deployment. Dealers will secure seatbelt pretensioners with a cap. Oh, that'll fix it. New recall includes 239,000 vehicles in the U.S. That's the new recall.
Where
So you
does
gotta
that
work-
explode? Is it on the side?
It explodes, yeah.
You got the belt, you got Takata,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Everything's blowing up in your face.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to wrap up today's show.
Okay.
I know that you'll be thrilled. Do you even care?
He
No,
does.
he doesn't care.
Not really.
Didn't think so.
he's thinking about the next parts he's going to put on his hot rod.
That's right.
That's
No,
true.
no, which ones he's going to get off of the bedroom floor and put on the
Oh,
car.
okay.
That's also true.
That's true.
Have
I
you
know.
ever kept a transmission in your bathtub?
No.
Have you ever painted car parts in the hotel, in the Holiday Inn in downtown Oklahoma City? You ever painted parts in the bathtub?
You have.
No, but I know some. I shared a room with a guy that did. Yeah, there was that.
No shower.
We'll be back in just a minute.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install Exo Shield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com.
Oh, well, I got all hung up in what we were talking there.
That's all right. It's educational.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's In Real Time Car Talk Show, and you're on our Facebook page. Please give us a like, tell your friends about us, and share our junk, if you would, please. You'll get Conrad's Unicorn Hunting features along with all things automotive all week long, including new car reviews, upcoming events, cruise-ins, racing events, and other goodies. You can find the In Real Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeart Radio app. In Real Time can also be heard live on Facebook, YouTube, and on InRealTime.com every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central. 30-minute podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider 7 days a week. The In Real Time Chief Engineer is David Ainsley. Our Marketing Advertising Manager and Video Technical Director is We Need More, Jeff Zekin. For Booking Agent and Podcast Editor, Mike Out of This World, Mars. And his royalty, King Conrad DeLong. I'm Don Armstrong. Today's In Real Time show was produced by Della Reese.
Oh.
Be sure and join us again for our next live In Real Time Car Talk show next Saturday, June 4th, 2022, starting at 8 a.m. Central on all of these In Real Time Car Talk outlets, if they'll have us back. Right here on the Smoke and Mirrors Network. So long for now, everybody.